What is going on? I'm zmoT. We are here a little bit late. I think we're just over 3.5 hours late. The video quality is going to be subpar today, as is the audio, probably. My apologies. On vacation, en vacances. My French is terrible. Let's show you a picture I took today. This is the castle we're at. This is a small portion of the castle we're at. It is huge. It is massive. It's absolutely breathtaking and amazing. It's got something like 2,200 years of history or something ridiculous like that. When coming from Canada, that's just mind-blowing. Like, there's just nothing that even comes close to... It's crazy. Anyways, let's carry on. We're going to do War Factory. We're going to do it very quickly because the internet here is going to be very subpar. Probably going to cut out. We're probably going to fail and all of that good stuff. But let's get into it. Let's see what we've got in front of us. Holy laser Mageddon. Lots and lots of level 1 lasers off to the left-hand side. Also off to the right-hand side. Can't do much about these on the right, I assume. But these grapplers are going to pull right towards them, which is going to be a problem. So we're going to have to be careful there. Looks like there's absolutely nothing that we can use Everspark for. Might actually want to put her away for the time being and get Brick out. Otherwise, it could be problems. Don't want critters activating lasers. Bad things can happen. Let's just get into it, I suppose. We're just going to use all of our GBE. These things have somewhere in the neighborhood of 50,000 health. I think they're like 35 plus 15 or 15 plus 35 or somewhere in that general neighborhood. So we probably can get rid of them with one attack, if not two. Not bad. I don't see any free GBE anywhere on the base. Maybe this one supply crate, but we're just going to skip that and we'll come back to it in a second. Attack number 1 done. Let's get into attack number 2. What shall we do? Let's go. Same thing. We're going to throw a barrage right on top of that and hopefully get rid of those without using any more GBE. Probably not, though. Just the way barrages land with the randomness and all that fun stuff. Okay, so we got rid of those lasers up top. That should definitely help our cause. Next up, we're going to get rid of this Doom Cannon over here. And the reason for that is that we can get this stuff at shore fairly easily. I assume, I hope, something in there. Just got to avoid those grapplers is my only concern at the moment. Because grapplers plus lasers equals bad times. Almost got rid of the Doom Cannon. So we can come back with our next hit, clear a bunch of stuff, and hopefully get some... Should be doable, I think. Okay, so next up, we need to change... I'm going to get some critters out here with Brick. I mean, not with Brick, with Sparky, you know what I'm trying to say. And hopefully this will get us to an angle where when the grapplers pull stuff, they pull up high, and the lasers shoot over into this area. They shoot directly right to left. So we're going to approach from down below. Hopefully that works out. Really don't know. Worst case, it shows you guys what not to do is kind of worst case scenario at this moment. We're going to get rid of this Boom Cannon too. Probably a waste of GBE, but I figure it's one building that's gone and it's out of the way. So we're just going to drop right into here. I'm going to throw a smoke right there. Oh, smoke was half a second late. I was really hoping to get there with just the one smoke. Now, if we come over into here, lasers are not in range of anything, so we can throw a hack. That should help us just a little bit. And then let's go 1 and 2. Probably a bad idea throwing that hack out, as... Actually, not bad. It's going to distract the grapplers for a second at the very, very least. And then we can go like so. Yeah, that hack did not do a lot of good stuff for us. So probably not a great idea. But at the very worst, we managed to get the Doom Cannons, which is all that really, really matters for the second. Let's get back down low again, just because those lasers are shooting directly across our face, which is not where we want them to be shooting. And now hopefully we can get those shield gens. That is our next target. Everspark dropping critters. I'm going to throw a shock on those lasers just because they make me a little bit nervous. And hopefully those grapplers are not going to pull into our faces. We'll see. Really, really would like to get that second what is that thing called? Shield generator here. Don't know if it's going to happen or not. We might need to throw a smoke right on the edge. Oh, a little bit late on that smoke. But now what do we do? Maybe I don't even know where we can hit core from is the next problem. Probably should have planned that a little bit better. But at least the shield's down. Okay, 5 minutes, 30 seconds. Trying to keep this to 10 minutes just to try and do it as fast as absolutely possible. Keep our uploads to a minimum. Let's see how much health we have on the core. So on the core, we've got 518,000. That is quite a bit. I think I'm going to park right in that little gap between the factory supplies, and then that way all we really have to do is do 2 shocks. One on the flamethrowers, one on the lasers, and everything else should just fall into place. We can walk along the water without these grapplers causing us any sort of problems. Drop Brick a little bit late because she likes to walk fast, and then we'll just do it, I guess. Okay, it's a nice, safe walk along the beach. Walks on the beach and stuff. Let's go like so. Come on, can't even drop my zookas. And then I'm going to do a bit of a gappy smokey into here. Let's drop Brick. Gap smokes nice and safe by boom cannons and by grapplers. No problems there. And then once we get over into this general area, going to keep our smokes nice and tight to try to avoid getting absolutely ruined by lasers. Now we've got enough GBE for 4 shocks. That should be good enough. Hopefully, Brick managed to stay in behind, which is both good and bad, because she's probably going to get shot directly in the face, but pretty easy takedown. So really, 2 attacks with GBE, 1 attack where we just kind of walked up and ruined a bunch of stuff. So should be fairly straightforward for a lot of players out there, but it's not, it looks difficult. Everspark was basically a waste of time on this one. So let's do a quick switch. We'll come back with a maxed count. I'll be back in just a second. Okay, accounts have been switched. Let's bring in a main account. Let's have a quick look, because I don't know which troops we're going to use. I'm kind of tempted to use something absolutely ridiculous, like, let's just use tanks, to be honest. Probably a bad idea with all these grapplers, but we'll just see if it's possible or not. All tanks. Probably going to use Everspark, though, just to get some extra critters, and we'll see how this goes. First attack, I probably really should have checked how much health was on these grapplers, but we're just going to try to bark them out, and then we'll find out how much health they have by that way. Very different strategies here, obviously. Now this account has 7 GBE statues and 3 troop damage. Very different, and obviously the barrage and artillery goes much farther. These things probably have close to 100,000 health. Like, this is taking all that we have to give, and it's still up. So tanks oh man, still up. I'm going to guess that has 112,000 health. Just a random number pulled out of nowhere. Let's have a quick look and see how much health these things have to start with. No, less than, wow, that's not as nearly as close. That's only like 84,000. That's really quite surprising that managed to make it through. So now all of these grapplers are going to cause nothing but problems for us. And we've got doom cannons and boom cannons, which is sort of the exact opposite troops that you want to use. But let's just keep going and we'll see what we can do. Are we going to smoke them? Let's go like this and throw a shock there, and then we'll just get all of these out. Bad idea probably. Especially the fact that we have no medics whatsoever. Probably should have at least brought a couple medics, but hopefully these critters will get us through all of this good stuff. And then we can just come over into here. Oh, I thought the Doom Cannon was dead. Apparently it was not. Okay, so Doom Cannon is gone. Everspark is going to help us out here very, very briefly. Hopefully that hack will help us out here. Come on. Here comes the hack. There we go. Getting rid of the boom cannon. At least distracting the boom cannon. Hopefully that boom cannon can take out the other one next door. And then we're just going to walk in with... Look at that boom cannon. Just helping us out. Keeping the... Come on. One more hack. Come on. One more hack. Keeping all of those grapplers at bay. As the grapplers are wasting all of their cycles on that boom cannon. Really, really handy there. Probably should have used at least one more GBE attack before we got in here. But let's get that shock out. We'll get more critters onto those cannons. This is not going to end well, I don't think. As soon as those grapplers, as soon as we're going to run out of GBE, I think pretty quickly here. Let's get some more critters out. Maybe one more hack as soon as that healthy one goes down. There we go. Oh, just in the nick of time. So we're about to start losing our tanks, and bad things are about to happen. So all tanks coming in, trying. Look at just absolutely getting destroyed by these grapplers. And you guys notice the grapplers keep pulling even though they've been shocked. They also keep pulling even though they've been destroyed sometimes, which is a little bit frustrating. But overall, not bad. All tanks doing a lot of damage here. Now, realistically, probably not the best troop composition, but I figured we might as well give it a shot. We're going to get maybe one, probably none of these shields, to be honest, but we'll actually have to check how much health that shield has. Would be really, really nice if we could get this grappler down, just because otherwise they're gonna just keep playing past their hot potato or whatever that game's called. Let's go. Come on, tanks. Wrong troop combo. Wrong troop combo. Wrong troop combo. So there goes all of our tanks. We actually got quite a bit farther than I thought we would. Now, I wonder if we come to the right-hand side, if we can get access to these grapplers. How much health on that one? 56. Doom cannon, grapplers. I don't know. You know what? Let's just go full straight at it, and we'll see how this is going to go. I'm going to throw a shock and some critters and all of the things. And hopefully Everspark hacks the boom cannon. If so, that would work out very... Nope. Of course you did. Of course you hacked the flamethrower, which is the least useful building for it to hack. We should still be able to get in here just because our critters... The flamethrower being down actually is helping a little tiny bit because it's keeping a couple grapplers off, but overall would much, much prefer if we could get something else down. This is not going to end well in about 3... See, Everspark's critters are just not coming fast enough. Probably should have used Critter Swarm just to get in a little bit tighter. There we go. Yeah, not the right troop composition whatsoever. Tanks against 8, something like, what's that, 7 grapplers and a bunch of doom cannons, a bunch of boom cannons. Not the right call, but I think we're going to take it down anyways. Just straight up ridiculous. I said I was going to try and keep this video short, and then I used tanks. Not a very smart play on my part. The shields are down, though, so we should be able to finish this off on our next hit at the very, very worst. Grapplers just passing tanks back and forth, back and forth. Ugly, ugly, ugly. Hopefully Everspark dies here in a second, otherwise this is going to take a little bit longer. I'm kind of surprised those back grapplers aren't grabbing anything useful. We might even, I guess because of these critters that are coming in. Everspark doing some good work. Tanks just getting passed back and forth, back and forth. That's it. That's all for that. Let's finish this off with tanks. Just shows how strong armor is. You can essentially, all we really did was drop it and forget it. And did not bad. Let's drop all of our troops in here. I'm not going to use smoke. That would be just way too easy. All of the shock mines are now gone. One more shock on that, and we should be able to take this down. I do not recommend doing this. Really, this was probably the worst possible troop composition, but max level account versus War Factory, all tanks. Probably should have done Save the Core, but that would have just taken a little bit extra time, and I am not into that. We already took way too long just by using tanks in the first place. There's our hack. That hack should save us the rest of our tanks, I think, more or less. Anyways, down goes War Factory. Ridiculous, ridiculous styles. Anyways, hope you enjoy. I'll talk to you in probably 3-4 days, something like that. Going offline for the rest of the vacation. Hope you enjoyed today's War Factory. I shall talk to you later. Thanks for coming in. I'm zmoT. Peace.